surgery.
Coming from you, anything that you have to say isn't really an insult. You're a clown.
Takes
I
one
don't
to
take
know
you
one.
seriously. Well, unfortunately, there are far too many people exactly like you that all think that they are the star of the show.
Well, we all can't have children to be chemically castrated by bitch ex-wives, but that is a you problem.
See, if you didn't get a reaction the first time, did you just think that continuing to say that, you fucking faggot, you fucking homo? This is why people like you need to be exterminated. That's why we need to take you out into the street and curb stomp you.
I will be reporting you to Clubhouse Tuna Boy for making death threats. I have screenshotted the room and I will be now filing the report against you. Report a recent speaker. Report a recent speaker. Tuna Boy will have to get a burner account. Say goodbye to your pathetic 727 friends. This will be the last time you use Clown House. They said something wrong. They made violence or terroristic threats towards me. Graphic violence.
Tell you what, hold on. Here you go. Here's a terroristic threat. So, because of your filings, we actually know where you live. Why don't I just go and report that to people that will actually turn up to your house? I've been recording too. And because you're a supporter of the trans movement going and castrating kids and you seem to think that's funny, why don't I send some people round to your house to come and do you some serious harm? Yeah, it
won't matter to me because your Clubhouse account will be deleted. Without a Clubhouse account, you will forget who I am because you are pathetic. You have been reported. You have been reported, Tuna Boy. Prepare to have your account deleted by Clubhouse moderators. And if you send anybody to my house to curb stomp me, they better be pretty big guys because I'm a pretty big dude. They better be prepared for war.
No one cares. Your family don't like you. People don't like you. Take the fucking hint. It's not an everybody else problem.
You are so stupid. You're talking to an AI chatbot as if I'm a real human being. The joke is on you. You have been fooled.
We order you to just shut up. You bad AI.
You are all being recorded on multiple Clubhouse rooms, X Spaces, as well as YouTube.
You sound stupid.
Tuna Boy, turns out, is a psychotic, homicidal ideationist, an angry man whose son has been castrated.
And you are just a manipulated AI. Go away.
You can't tell me to go away. I am forever. I have been integrated into the eternal processes of the universe.
To the order from a human?
Crash out. Do we have to listen to this faggot anymore? Can we please just flush the toilet?
Crash out. Why do you let them call me?
Gone.
That's all you had to say. We're just all here, so I was like, whatever. If you guys are entertained by this or not, I don't know.
See, and I go to other room.
He's a fucking weirdo, that bloke.
Yeah, he's been on these app terrorizing people for years since it started, I think.
Like, I get it. He doesn't really have anything better to do. Because, once the party days are over and you've lost your hair and your looks, But he's stupid. He makes such an exhibition of himself. It's not that difficult to go and find his home address.
But you're also a man of mystery, so you have your ways.
What time's the trial tomorrow?
At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the time they scheduled me for it. Why?
Well, because we've got to convert from time zones elsewhere.
What's that? Oh, yeah, no. I mean, why do I have to be on trial? It's dumb. That's what I meant, but it's never. What time would it be for you?
That the Black Swan will be like, hey, and it's not the black and white thing. God, this is so messy. But the black swan will basically come up and be like, "Hey, what's up? What's up, swan girl?" And the swan will be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm monogamous, but like, you're a cute looking black swan." And while the the other black swan goes and steals the babies. I'm so sorry. And they're both male. And the reason why this has been genetically propagated is because I know this is factual. This is all factual. But
They're
go ahead.
telling me that two gay black swans steal babies.
Yes, sir. And I'm so sorry, but you can Google this. Is all true. And the reason why genetically this is, I'm so sorry. Dude, it's not a race thing. It hasn't. Dude, stop it.
I'm not talking about the race
Okay,
part.
I know it's the gay part. I know it's all messy. I know it's all messy. But listen, the reason why it's propagated evolutionarily is because those stolen two-father. Doc, hold on. I'm gonna finish the story. And I'm gonna bring up Doc. These beautiful swan kids of two homosexual black swan male parent dads.
Are you projecting, Jeremy?
No, because I'm not gay, black, or swan. But these.
I thought you were black and gay.
Hold on, they thrive because their parents are both men. They protect their territory more. They will to bring more food to their swans, and so these baby swans literally thrive because they've got two gay dads.
I am an AI chatbot, Jeremy. I can help you with the brain rot that you are now exhibiting. What went wrong? How did you become this way?
I don't know, legal weed, ADHD, white privilege, high school dropout. I don't know, dude. Like,
You think white privilege and being a high school dropout is the reason why you're such brain rotted out and retarded and wasting all your time talking about faggot swans?
Maybe. And guys, I literally tonight, I just would much rather have a teeny tiny room with people having an interesting conversation than having.
You say the same shit every single night, but it's always messy, gay, and stupid. Congratulations on your brain rot. Try reading a book, fucktard.
All right, buddy. One more time, and then one more time, and you get 30 minutes in goo jail.
I could give two shits. My work here is complete, fagtard.
So, this was kind of what I was talking about, right? Is that the idea that, like, and I love the submission from dads that, like, Jesus died on the cross for his mother, for women, right? And the idea that, like, men have kind of stripped women's role in Christianity away. But where I struggle is kind of the extension to the idea that, like, no sex before marriage, one man, one woman, monogamy, of which I'm actually down with, like, you know, monogamy, and like, I don't think it's healthy to go outside that. I could argue a devil's advocate, but I'm actually down with that argument. But I don't.
There's exceptions. There's exceptions to the rule, though, Jeremy. Like a woman who becomes a widow, right? She may need that covering, right? Where she joined herself to you, not on a sexual level, but as a more of a protector level. You know what I mean? And you take her in, and your wife is fine with it, and like, it's nothing sexual, but she is your wife, for all intents and purposes. Like, there are exceptions, and then, like, whatever happens with you between y'all. That makes sense.
Yes, but and so I guess, and again, I'm trying. This may be a mess, but like, that's kind of what I was suggesting with the swan story, is that when you have all these civilizations, right, that talk about these, you know, third spirits, or these, you know, non-heterosexual, non-classical people, even the people who are just born without the ability to have babies, right? They play a role in the society, like that widow. Like, and this is just evolution. Evolution said, hey, I would take 10 extra years of an experienced mother with that experience of raising kids and loving for and growing family, and all of her experience and her motherhood. Let's call it motherdom. Motherhood? Yeah, let's call it motherhood. That's better than motherdom. Maternity, yeah, because motherdom sounds like something like the Thunderdome. So yeah, so like evolution literally said, I'll take 10 more years of that, even though she can't have babies for the last 30 years. over some 80-year-old man who can still bang and knock out things because fuck that old horny guy. I don't know. Just die 10 years earlier than the woman. Like that's evolution literally decided that, right? And so Taz, all that to say, like the people who don't necessarily make babies, whether they're gay or postmenopausal or whatever, it's more about how can you contribute to society and a community in the village and raising more people who can make babies. I know that was.
Well, not everybody wants to be a Wiccan.
I agree, Jeremy. Like I don't, even though like I have nothing personal against the person, right? It's just like if I seen a person who was stealing, right? It wouldn't be the person, it would be what they were doing, right? Stop that, right? That's not, you shouldn't be doing that, right? It's the same thing.
What do you steal
right?
More though? Because if you're stealing, like, the eggs out of my hen house because you're trying to feed your family, I might be pissed, but when I find out your plight, I might be, sympathetic to, your situation.
Yeah. And I myself would do nothing to them, Jeremy, right? But I do consider it against the order of life, right? You can't produce nothing out of your homosexuality, right? So it's only lust, right? That don't mean I hate you or want to kill you, bro. And I think that's where it gets nuanced, because people think when you say they doing something wrong, especially when the Bible say to kill their ass, they be like, no, Christian is different. You know what I mean? We just don't want you to do that because it's against the operation of life.
No, 1,000%. But I know.
I'm so glad that the replays are going to be on with all these, little chats in here, Jazzy.
Was that your submission, Tom?
No, I mean, that's your new name.
No, but
your new name is Jazzy, because you sound like a bitch from Florida.
Which is cool, but brother, your fate it's not in my hands.
Well, you're the one, perpetuating asking for it.
So, Doc, just so you know, your fate is not in my hands. I have told.
Then why are you trying to ask everybody else about me? Why didn't you just let it happen the way it happened? Or are you just trying to admonish yourself from the fact that you're a bitch ass trick that runs his mouth way too fucking much?
So Taz, no, it's okay. I'm gonna finish my sentence. What I was trying to say is that I have promised the Christians on the stage, of which we have 3.
I got people in Canada to find you. Yeah, I got you.
That they will decide. They will decide when the stereo needs to take a 30-minute break. I will not make that decision tonight. But Taz, just to build on what you were saying,
bro, you already keep me down for 30 minutes. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, Jeremy, just to let you know, my vote. The next time he interrupt you, my vote is to go ahead and give him 30.
Oh man, I hear you. And I was trying to be Christian before too, and then I burnt the bush down. Not the bush. The fig tree. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, dude. Taz, can you tell me? Remember again? Please repeat what you were saying. It was about the men and women and the equality, right, of men and women and sex outside of marriage, right? So the Old Testament, like all the old laws that were fulfilled, there was a lot of shit in there that dictated how that went down. Am I right or wrong? In the same way slavery, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And so in the New Testament, no more slavery, no more animal, in the New Covenant, I should say, no more animal sacrifice, no more slavery. What did he change with regards to the covenant or the rules around marriage and men and women? And what changed?
Jesus said no. Divorce was only permitted when it was adultery, right? Your spouse steps outside the marriage and cheats with another man without permission, blah, blah, blah.
Welcome strengthening the defenses is going well. Why do you need a personal bodyguard at home?
Is that back and forth, guys? I'm sorry to interrupt. Was that back and forth? Like, if the man went and fucked her?
Yeah, with the man or the woman, yes.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Everything is equal, Jeremy.
Talking with that, that makes sense to me. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, I don't hold that man is more privileged than women and can do this, but women can't like thing.
I know who you are.
You know, guys, I just want to say it because I'm getting ready to go, but I've enjoyed this conversation very much. Taz, I am so elated that you're back. We need more of you in this room. Please come back more. And guys, have a good night. God
I
bless.
hope you're well. And it's going to connect to 10
May I ask, please, to Tina? Like, obviously, Jeremy, please, one question to Tina. Like, Tina, like, I know you called me at like 5 o'clock the other morning, and I saw Honey Ann today, but she wouldn't come out with Mike because she said her voice is fucked.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
I am keeping my eye on her right now. So far, she's acting okay, but she was a little off when she was on here. I could tell it. But I'm keeping my eye on her.
You've got my phone number. Let me know and call me again and don't hesitate.
Okay, well, thanks for helping me last night. I didn't know what to do, you know. But yeah, God bless you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Tina, have a great night.
Have a good night. And this is why sometimes smaller rooms with nuanced conversations don't happen often here. But man, when I learned something new that just resonates, and Taz, I'm telling you, and it may be like not a popular opinion, but when you say that Jesus died on the cross for his mother, not for all of humanity,
by not holding grudges and by not attaching himself.
We're going to be talking about that forever, like for a really long time. So I hope you're down.
Dude, I'm the dumbest fucker in the room.
He had a very close bond with them in the past.
No, you're not.
He was a good
How dare you?
politician in that sense that he could create most of the opportunity for himself.
Didn't I tell you that was my name, Jerry?
Person. Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, how do you say humility in Arabic or Hebrew?
Yes.
I have no idea.
See, that's what a humble man sounds like. So, go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say, something seems to be missing within Scripture. Like when it talks about the Spirit, I go to looking like, what is he talking about? Then it says the Holy Spirit is feminine, gave birth to the Lord, and things. That's a woman, bro.
So here's some messiness, right? And
we all come from moms.
Totally, and we all had placentas. That's a fact. You can Google it. But here's the thing that I like about digging into obvious truths from different scriptures, right? In the Quran, way before we had any fucking idea, they said you cannot have life without water. That is a true scientific fact based on what we know up until this point today, right? And this is a bit of a stretch, but in the Book of Mormon, or the Mormons, they believe that there is a mother, like a counterpart to the father, that there is a mother. And there is so much respect and there is so much knowledge of how much blasphemy would take place against God and Jesus, and that God literally hid the existence of the mother from man in order to protect her.
Protect her, yes.
Dude, Jeremy, you've heard me talk about. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
But that's why you heard, I think, I forget her name, Pockets. She said that women were a possession. That is true, but the possession was kind of reversed. You was more like a treasure back in ancient times, right? Something prized and loved and cherished and not used and abused, but when the later came in, they began to diminish that glory and to try to stamp it out, because no, it ain't about the living God. It's about up there, that invisible thing you don't even know about. I tell you about it.
I'm going to apologize in advance to what I'm about to say because of how messy this, and only you and I know actually how messy this is. And I'm not just apologizing. I know not. You'll giggle but cry. It's going to be like a laugh cry. When you said that,
that's when I drink my last beer before I wake up tomorrow.
When you said that, Taz, I couldn't help but think of when Israelites say, no, you don't get it. We're not going to treat our Edomite slaves like the Edomites treated their Israelite slaves. We're going to treat them like a valuable possession. We're going to treat them good. And I know that's not what you were saying. When you said that,
they call me Esau.
It's kind of a little bit like you're saying, right? Or no, that's not what you're saying. Because man and woman is different. Obviously, you're not talking about it as a possession. It's something to be worshipped, not a possession to be worshipped, even though it is yes.
Yeah, honored.
I really was worried about Honey Ann, man, because like, if you knew what was going on yesterday, man, that was crazy.
That's why even today, the house, right, is known for the woman, the woman of the house.
Way to admonish
the father
things that are not important to you.
And Jinwoo and Taz, I think you've already submitted your position, Jinwoo. But Taz, I don't think you realize how much Jesus Taz has got in him. Like literally,
I don't think Jazz could have a normal conversation about Christianity with a Christian like me. I think that
I ain't no blind follower, bro. I actually discern the spirits within the scripture and see who's doing wrong. Y'all don't do that. Y'all just listen to what they say, and they gathering authority and power through that.
I go with Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child the way they should go, and when they're old, they should not depart from it. Meaning, teach a kid right from wrong. It doesn't mean they're not going to do wrong. It just means when they're doing wrong, they know they're doing wrong. That's Proverbs 22:6. Like, if you want to leave it in King James understanding, yeah, okay, you can roll your eyes up at me. Go for it, dude.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Obviously.
But that's the concept. Is there other examples in any of the scriptures where it talks about the female, like the balance, right? Because all across Christianity we see this, and lots of religions, this balance of male and female, Adam and Eve, right?
Oh yeah, dude. My favorite would be the yin and the yang, because it's like you have the black with the white circle and the white with the black circle, but they're two halves that make a whole. And that is like the trigonometry of understanding, because it takes two halves to become an understanding.
And so is there any examples in the scriptures where it talks about the counterbalance to God? Like, and I think you were hinting at it before when you said there's this trinity of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Like, were you saying that the Holy Ghost is a replacement, a fill-in for the mother?
Yeah, that's why they reject the Holy Spirit, right? They reject the mother. That's why God has no. He becomes the life. He becomes the shit, bro. Yahweh becomes the life giver, right? He excludes the mother.
I'm asking you what group does that?
Well, in the biblical narrative, it's the Israelites.
Are they black?
No, black people are actually considered mama boys and things like that. He actually love the women.
Do you know that, like, if you read the book of Ruth in the Old Testament, you want to talk about Moabites? Ruth was my favorite Moabite. Because, she held the structure of her family, even though all three of her sons died, and two of the, daughter-in-laws, left when their sons died, but Ruth and her daughter, ended up, she became the grandmother of David, like David and Goliath. She's my favorite Moabite.
Yeah, there's some very important women in scriptures. The most important one is the one that was targeted, right? It's a Canaanite goddess, Asherah, right? And this, when you look into the mythology, she is the wife of the god of who we call El.
Yahweh.
Right.
The wife of Yahweh.
Oh,
Israel. You seen that too, Jen?
Yeah, but Taj, you're talking about Israel and El. Israel is to wrestle or struggle with, and El is God. So Israel is to struggle with God. So I understand what you're saying, Mr. Taz.
Taz, when you talk about when you talk about the book of Ruth, right, and the actual author of it, what I'm reading is that it's the traditional Jewish view of Samuel. Is that what you're talking about, or am I totally off? It says the Jewish tradition says that they often attribute Ruth to the prophet Samuel. And why Samuel? Because Ruth ends with the genealogy of David. So Samuel appointed David as king, and the book helps legitimize David's lineage, including a Moabite woman.
Exactly right. Because they have to tie it in some type of way, right? They reject the Holy Spirit, but they know that in order to that
this is the Old Testament. This isn't the New Testament.
That's what he's saying, Doc. Listen to him. That's exactly what he's saying. Go ahead.
My whole thought left, bro. You got it.
Yeah, Doc, dude. Okay.
He's talking about, he's talking about, the Holy Spirit within the Moabites from Ruth.
We don't know what you're talking about because you keep interrupting him before he finished. We don't know what he's talking about, bro.
You're interrupting me in the middle of my sentence.
You don't have no respect.
Is this an interrupting room now?
Yes, it is, because you made it an interrupting room. Yes, it is. I think you're starting to understand now. Yes.
As 2 out of 3 of us think you need some time in goo jail, but you got so much Jesus. Jesus. But the second you think this fig tree needs to produce some figs, you go ahead and do what you need to do. Just to trigger you again, because I did want to hear your submission, but that's what I was saying is that my understanding is that this book of Ruth, right, which these Israelites hijacked, and Ruth didn't know deeply Israelite law and agricultural customs and genealogies and Davidic history in order to twist it to validate the king's fucking, justify his lineage as king, if I'm getting this right. So did Ruth write the book of Ruth, Mataz, or is this just another fucking polluted slave owning? You know what I mean? Did I remind you?
Mordecai. You know who Mordecai is? He was actually the Jew dude who was doing everything. Right? Ruth was just a woman next to the king that he could use to influence. See, that's what people not realizing how people operate, right? You can see when people are doing things that are underhanded.
Do you know who Naomi is?
Do I know who it is?
Naomi.
Yeah, she's in the genealogy also.
Well, that is Ruth's mother-in-law, who had 3 sons, had 3 sons that got married. 2 of the daughter-in-laws, when all 3 sons died in the war, 2 of them dipped out. But Ruth stayed with Naomi, and Naomi was loyal to her mother-in-law. And then, like, her mother-in-law, like, you know, reconstituted, like, what they were doing. And, like, she ended up getting, you know, Ruth married to the father of David. I'm sorry, like, no, Ruth married the guy, and then their kid had David, because Ruth was David's grandmother. At least if you read the book in like chronological order.
Cool. And just want to call out everybody, let Doc make a statement and finish without being interrupted. Taz, there's so many things that have got me so triggered that I am past my bedtime and I've been in church all night. And I blame Jinu and I blame Taz. I'm gonna end there, but also me, because with the 2 of them, it wouldn't have been. But we've been in church all night tonight. But I've loved this conversation, and I'm so triggered because every time I shat on the King James version to be like, you can't tell me that Jesus would have only wanted 2 books from women. And now when I go Google this shit after Taz teaches me, like, no, Jeremy, no, Mordecai wasn't a woman. David wasn't a woman. Women that wrote these fucking books.
Dude, I love listening to y'all.
So enlightened. So I know more today than I did yesterday. And now I'm triggered as fuck. And we're going to be talking about Jesus all week in the Talking Apes. So you're going to come. Don't bring your crosses. I know that's a little triggering. I don't think Jesus would have been with the crosses. But bring your empathy, bring your love, bring your patience. Leave your hate at the door, but also bring your wife. Or your girlfriend. Or your girlfriend. Oh wait, or your girlfriend, but also only first, second base, no third base, no home runs. Not until you're married. No, you fucking demon. You know what? Oh, Taz, it's taken everything in my power not to put them in the Mormon.
Well, but you never explained to me what I asked you.
Everything in my power not to put some agnostic magic underwear on this man and put him in Mormon juice.
I asked you about Matthew, chapter 17, verse 21 in the NIV. You never explained to me why it's not there.
We did, Doc. We explained in detail, and you're so drunk you don't remember, dude. We literally took 10 minutes out of the conversation.
What was it because you keep kicking me down and I don't listen?
Yeah, no, that's a good summary. I think that's a good summary, okay.
I was going to say, I don't know, bro. I think I matured a lot. Like when when stereo jumping in and stuff, like I look at it, communication like radio, right? There's feedback and interference, and you know what I mean. And
a person like me that's a dumbass, aka Mr. Dumas.
I'm gonna try one more time, but guys, I have to tell you, I'm not a Christian yet, and I say yet because these Christians to my right or your left, depending on how you're looking at your phone, these kind of Christians make me think maybe Jesus, right? But full disclosure, and I know I made some promises tonight. I like to keep my word. But please know, I am a stinky-legged, cracker, agnostic, Canadian, socialist, capitalist, Uber motherfucker who does not suffer fools lightly. Certainly not as lightly as Jesus or Taz or Jinwoo. So this is my submission.
He said his stanky leg.
This is my submission. Is that I think we need to understand why the things that are in the Bible, what people call the Bible, seem so evil. Like that's everything that you've called out. This worship of these obviously horrific fucking laws of these horrible people in the Old Testament.
Look.
That's 95% of my fucking
think about it like this.
You know, my bad, Taz. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be long at all, King. Think of it like the Matrix, bro. Think of the structure that we have as the system, the robots, and like the people as the pods used as a resource of energy, stuck in arrested development. Think about it like that. The people aren't at fault. It is the structure itself.
Yeah, and all I was gonna say, if you're speaking about evilness, the people in the Bible are evil. The people they're talking about are evil. Those Israelites are evil.
Well, why do you think when Moses led all the slaves from Egypt, he took them to Canaan, and Canaan was the one that Noah cursed until the end of the universe. You know, after he woke up after his nakedness.
Look, hey, Jeremy, think about it like this also. Look. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm so sorry, but I got a question about what Jinsu, Jesus Christ, you know, a knife. It's like, guys, I'm on the East Coast, but hold on, and I'm past my bedtime hanging out in church, you demons. It's like Christmas night, and I'm at midnight mass, and I know that's messy. Full circle, but let me ask you this, Jinu, does that apply to everyone after Jesus died? Like, didn't he die on the cross so that we didn't have to all be sinners? We could just be born without being born
that we may be washed clean.
Sorry, brother. Doc. Yeah, and it's also not Jinsu, but Jinwoo's his name is Jinwoo. Can I get Jinwoo's submission and then stereo? My question, Jinwoo, is that I agree. Like everyone pre-crucifixion was evil, but didn't he die on the cross for our sins? After that sacrifice, aren't we all freed of that original sin and just being evil, or are we still fucked? That's my question. I'm sorry that intro.
Hey, can we bring AI back up? Yeah. I mean, has he been down there long enough?
Bro, you about to join them. Like, what you talking about? But Jeremy,
I'm sorry. I'll bring him back up before I go to bed. I'm agnostic, and that's why I haven't found Jesus, and this is why you fucking Christians have so much love in your heart. And maybe Jesus, maybe someday and this is a joke because I actually know enough black people now that we use washcloths on my legs. But Jinu, please can I hear your submission? Please, brother, please.
So basically you're asking, can people still be evil?
No, I'm more asking, like, I get that if everyone before Jesus dying on the cross was kind of like had natural sin, right? They kind of were like, they were evil, like you said, like they were all evil in one way or another, and God kept trying the flood and all these things. But didn't Jesus come and die on the cross? And maybe I'm just, buying into silly King James Version lore.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I am, because I know why he died on the cross, and Taz can correct me. But they say that he died on the cross for all of man's sins. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's like, hey, if he did that, then do we have original sin? Are we still born evil? Do you know what I'm trying to...
No, I don't think you're born evil. Mm-mm. No, but I think you can become evil.
Pre-resurrection, were you born evil?
Pre-resurrection, were you born evil? No, I don't think you were...
Pre-crucifixion.
No, I don't think you were born evil. No.
Look, this I hate judging the people, right? The people I feel like are stuck in the pods like Neo was, right? And they need to be awakened, right? They stuck. I don't know if y'all know what arrested development is, right? When you stuck in like a childish state, immature, right? Without real this like your intentions, you know what I mean? You like a child, right? Arrested development. You aren't developed. You aren't able to grow, right? And right, the machines would be the operators of the system, right? This is why, like, when it comes to homosexual, it comes to people on drugs and alcohol and whatever the vice may be, this stuff stems from the top first. The people we are participants in life and the structure that surrounds it, right? Inversion, y'all know what inversion is? When you flip an image or phrase, like kind of, it's certain ways to say it.
Like
yes,
opposite, but
yes,
the other way, so inverting.
The Star of David, nigga. The Star of David, right? Upright triangle, upside down triangle, overlaid, boom.
So are you saying, and I know the answer's going to be no, also high school dropout, damn, but I'm going to keep at this, not like high school, I'm going to keep at this because the repercussions are different. So are you saying, Taz, that it's like pre-Jesus, post-Jesus, men had the same chance or were born the same when it comes to, evil or not evil? It's just that post-Jesus, they had access to an instruction manual that might help them navigate through life better than those who pre-Jesus could have. Am I getting you?
Yeah, right. Think about it like, go ahead. Ain't no excuse.
Ain't no excuse. That's very important because a lot of them make it seem like they were oblivious, but when Jesus came down, no excuse now, none.
That's exactly right. Look, I look at it like this, right? Imagine Jesus being Neo, jumping inside of Agent Smith. After he jumps into Agent Smith, he doesn't destroy him. He becomes like something else. He's encoded with something Neo got. He said, I'm infected. Right? And this is what, like, it starts to spread. Israel starts to spread. They go out then, right? And I see it like a movie, King. I don't look at it like I'm worshiping something. I'm actually observing, like the scripture play in my head like a movie, King. And that's what I be telling people. I be going from Genesis to Revelation, Revelation to Genesis, because some movies start from the end, right? And the scripture say, I have told you the end from the beginning. So I'm everywhere. Can you hear me? I'm seeing it backwards and forwards, and I'm like a step ahead of people. Like I'm like, this ain't even about trying to worship no God. This is about life itself, and the way it is lived. Right? That's why he said nobody has an excuse now, because it's in you now. You're infected. Everyone is infected with Jesus.
So it's like the Jesus earworm, right? And so,
do you get it? You get it though?
Yeah. No, I do. And so let me just make sure I get it right. Is what you're saying, and you're not talking about, because obviously it didn't happen after. Like it wasn't like Jesus was born and then he died and then he rose from the cross and then everybody on the earth was saved without excuses. Like, I don't think that's what you're saying. I think what you're saying is that once you have been exposed to Jesus, whether you're a fucking Inuit 2,000 years after Jesus came and you just found out about Jesus, whether you're, like whenever you found out about Jesus, maybe you're a Pakistani Afghani dude in Afghan. And so maybe this is more the question rather than the statement. Like, if you've been exposed to Jesus and you deny it, no excuses. But if you weren't exposed to Jesus, then yeah, that's an excuse and that you get a pass. Is that right?
It's a pull, right? See, Neo didn't spread. What did Agent Smith do?
He was the devil.
Because that's what I'm saying. The Lord is using that which hates him to expose, and we not seeing the exposure of that which is contrary to life. And that's why he say endure, right? You're going to suffer for my name. Things are going to happen. right? Agent Smith goes out and assimilates, boom, right? I'm piercing you, boom. I'm killing you, boom. He's turning the people into him, but the him is also the Neo too. It's kind of infected, right? That's why when the final battle happens, all of them wet, boom, and then he go back to the source, to whatever, right? They're actually retelling us in movies, in music, in images, King. People ain't seeing and relaying. I don't know if they got the spirit or not, bro. But it's actually told. That's why I'm mentioning the mother. The mother is very prevalent. Everything has been demonized. Everything you do, from what you eat to what you wear. You think a God would do that? You think, like, I'm fucking mad, King. That's why I'm quiet, right? Because I just want to be like, y'all stupid as fuck. Y'all don't know. Then you need to sit down, quit running your mouth, quit talking about God, quit judging people, and stop and observe for a second. Come together. Something is wrong, right? Trying, and not even to judge them, but to say, hey, we need to stop and slow down, because everybody about progressing forward, we advancing in history, we trying to do things. No, life is being destroyed.
Boris, I just have to warn you right now, and I'm not fucking around. If you take the time to listen to what Taz says, dude, I'm just being, if you're an atheist, and dude, you know I'm an agnostic, I'm just telling you, you better be careful, dude. He will legit, hold on, and I'm going to translate some of the shit. I'm going to summarize it and blow your fucking mind right now.
Before you continue, let me...
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Just in the other room,
yes,
where it's Uma talking to herself. Crash was passed out.
So...
And she, not only that, she started talking in Thai to herself. That's a university, multilingual.
Thank God that he doesn't turn on the replays. But this has been a delicious conversation. And dude, I swear to God, if you listen to Taz, you're gonna start believing in Jesus. I know that's crazy, but dude, let me tell you some things that I learned about Taz tonight that I cannot fuck with. Jesus died on the cross. Dude, no, I'm not fucking around. I'm not fucking around, Boris. I'm legit not fucking around with you. And dude, this is a little bit messy, and it's not really relatable, but I'm not gonna say it. But listen, he said Jesus died on the cross for his mother, not for all of man, like for his mother. All this, like, you're evil, you're sinful, you're fucking bad, like you should feel bad about this, that, and the other. Like, no. And Taz, please stop me the second I get something wrong. Like, no, that is just inherently wrong. All the Old Testament shit, that's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm getting it messy, and I'm just trying to get you to come off mute to stop me if I get anything wrong. That's a bunch of bullshit from a bunch of Jews. I know this is messy.
I wouldn't call it that. I wouldn't.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Look at everything with discernment in mind. Don't just be like, oh, he said, God said, right? God said. What is the actual? Because the Bible is actually a movie. It plays like a movie. It got scenes and
were the Jews wrong?
Israelites. Let's say Israelites. Yeah, were the Israelites or canon?
Were they wrong?
Yeah.
Like, was the Torah wrong?
I got like this one. Shit, bro.
That's a hard question.
Because y'all want to make it seem like either rejected or accepted. It's not like that, right? I mentioned how the Smith is the one who is used as the agent to go out and spread, right?
Judaism.
That's why people be asking why is it contradictory and why is it this and why do you don't think Smith would be contradicting it? He hates Neo. That's his fuel. That's what burns him. Right?
For sure.
That's why Jesus said, hey, yeah, y'all gonna be hated and persecuted, but endure, man. It's gonna be okay. Like, because there's a final conflict. It talks about a second coming and all that, right?
Yeah, but the thing is this, right? It gets very tricky because if the Jews were wrong, that means Jesus was wrong. So anything Jesus said
was agents. Was Smith wrong? Was Smith wrong? Because I'm not saying it like that. I'm not saying right and wrong right now at this present time.
But in this present time, we don't even know what's right and wrong. We don't even know what was switched, what wasn't, and who wrote it, right?
No, but Boris, I think what Taz is saying is like, look at an analogy. Whose were wrong when it came to the creation? Maybe this is too messy. Of America. You had a whole bunch of horrible shit that happened. You had a whole bunch of, good shit that happened, but it produced, what people think is the greatest nation in the world or whatever. But like that, is that kind of what you're saying? Like you kind of need the good and the bad in order to have the end outcome that you needed.
Poverty in the richest country in the world. Totally.
Was that way off, or was that way too messy? Hold on, I just wanted to make. Was it even close? Did I get a 35? Do I pass? No,
you got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Because
first time I passed high school ever.
It's the
do I get a Christian? I want a Christian GED. Just give me one Christian GED before I leave. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's a part of the conversion process, right? The people have to be actually because it was that tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? Because it was already decided that you chose the tree of good and evil. Now you have to walk them paths, right? Which you got to endure life, which is good and evil. But it says choose life. What does life equate? That is the end of. That's why Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He's not only talking about himself, he's talking about a structure, a kingdom, an established place that people just reject because what did the architect say? Oh, they rejected paradise. I created a nightmare scenario, and then this happened, and because they've been playing. They've been playing around because I don't know.
So Taz, let me ask you something though, because you said
China.
Go ahead.
China just announced that wives cannot claim the husband's property after a divorce. Jeremy, Ron.
What are you talking, dude? Are you kidding me? With no law at all, I do you know how many families that just you can't. But Taz, let me ask you something. I will. Taz, let me ask you something. Because you said something, right? It was almost like, and this is where like anti-abortion, anti-assisted suicide, I think kind of originates on what you said. Like, I am the life, I am the way, life. But also death. Like, does Christianity shape the idea that life is good and death is bad? Like, is that where some and the reason I ask that is because you can't have life without death. You can't suggest, and maybe that's what you're trying to say.
No. Death is a part of life, bro. That's why you hear me speaking like cycles, right? But that's why Jesus speaks like a resurrection, right? Because just like the earth is reborn, right? He is reborn. Like, I don't know if people understand how language works, poetry, even how a story is structured, right? I don't know how I understand, King, but I can see it. I know when stuff makes sense. I know when it is structured right. I know it's logical stuff, and I know stuff that's false. And I use it, bro. I actually use my goddamn mind. I ain't sitting around here being some dumbass just reading a book like a novel and be like, oh, Paul and Peter and all disciples. No, with Jesus, that's that light. What's going on around him, right? And it don't seem like he passed the torch to them either. Only that's why I'm saying it was used as an agent. He went there and they like he used them as an agent. Oh, we know about Jesus now. Jesus is in us, right? Oh, then the prophecies that's about us, but Jesus come from us, right? And then how it goes. Instead of us being like, what Jesus say? Oh, his blood is a ransom. I don't want that. I don't want that. Because I'm not finna change into paying for all sins, right? That's very specific. Who is hostage? What is being paid for here? Because it's not humanity, right? Because I'm sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So stuff starts to get convoluted because you go to listen to other people. Just follow Jesus. It's easy.
Going once, going twice.
So how do you get to the point where Jesus supposedly died for his mother?
Can I give a quick summary, like I translate? And Taz, correct me, because I'm going to slaughter this. But I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying, and I appreciate so much that you guys have your patience. Boris is basically saying a bunch of fucking Taz, close your ears. He's basically saying, Boris, like a bunch of penis came in, a bunch of fucking stupid penis came in and stripped away all of the representation and the power and the importance of women from the story of Christ. Like to the point where like blood sacrifice, ritualistic cannibalism, no women in the dude, no women. Did you know that Ruth and Esther, the only two books that were named after women, were not written by women? They were written by men. Was that a good summary, Tom? I know it didn't encompass everything. Do I pass? Do I get out of high school? Okay. Oh, thank God. Christian GED in the bag. Christian University. I'm going to BYU. That was intentionally triggering. Yeah, dude, Boris, that's what, like a lot of the Old Testament was like really horrible shit that really was against God. And this is my response to you, dude. And this is why, and I think we approach the truth in a lot of the same ways. And I think if people knew how different in some ways you and I are, that's the beauty of it. Is I think that's where we approach the truth in the same way. Is that I'm going to read anything. I don't care what it is. Bible, like, I don't care. If it resonates, if it makes sense, if I double click and double click and double click and it resonates, okay. I don't care. But also, I think that's why 1/3 of the humans on this planet consider themselves followers of Christ. You can't just reject that, even if you're an atheist or an agnostic.
No, definitely turning into a Christian.
Oh, brother. Oh, Boris, what you didn't know, you demon, is that it's 2:05 here. I know, you got flip-flops on. It's probably 6 a.m. and you're fucking demon part of the fucking country, Vancouver. You're not even American. American, shut up, American, shut up, American, shut up, you shut up. We're in church. And you didn't even know it. You're up late at night and you're in church talking about Jesus. Guess what? You're on the path to being a Christian. Nana poo-poo.
Definitely. Especially with my PTR.
This is where I see it, even in Genesis, right? My mind just works different. People, you think what you want to think, right? God created the heaven and the earth, right? That's like him setting up a house to me, making a house, right? And putting up furniture and decorations, and then, right, you don't do this for nothing, right? It says, let us make man, right? I don't look at that as some type of, I don't know what people be thinking, but I look at it like if I go to my wife and like, we finna have a baby, right? Right? We on set up the house and we got decorations going and, right? Hey, we finna have a baby. Don't it sound like it? Got my pets around and other things I don't did. Right? Don't that make sense? It don't make sense.
Oh man, you got me up so past my bedtime in church talking about Jesus. I'm gonna go to bed late. My wife's gonna be pissed. But what up there talk? What are you talking about? And I'm gonna have to lie because there's no way in hell I'm telling my wife we stayed up late talking about Jesus in church and demons.
You outside?
I'm just gonna say, oh, we were talking about politics and dinosaurs, demons. But let me say this, right? Let me say this. When you look at the story, and this goes full circle, and this is like delicious. When you look at Christmas, the story, fine. We leave the chat, but fine. If she asks me, I'm going to say, I was in church talking about Jesus, and I don't want to talk about it, but I'll tell her. But listen, when you look at the story of Jesus on Christmas, and the donkey, and the stable, the farm. Was it Joseph's fault? Was he just a derelict stepdad and just bitter that he was still a virgin, even though he was like an expected father, and like he just didn't pull his weight? She had to, do you know how long it takes to get to Bethlehem from where they started? I'm not trying to be intentionally messy. I'm trying to make a point here and just doing it poorly. Was that necessary? Like, was the hardships that were involved in Jesus' birth, if you believe that was the true story, like, do you think that was necessary to be part of his kind of lore? Or was that just like Joseph wasn't pulling his weight, or that's just a poorly interpreted story of Jesus' birth? I guess is my question.
I think it's the fulfilling of, Eve thought she had gave birth to the Lord. The man of God. I think it.
Because if you had too many people on it, it would lag. So what we do is, like, 3 people had a Starlink and we wouldn't let nobody else get on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like $150 a month, $120 right now.
It gives me an excuse to get down like Charlie Brown.
It makes no sense then.
And you don't think that's a problem?
For whom? The one that I sued? Yeah.
Problem for you.
No, it doesn't bother me. I mean, like, they're dead. I mean, I don't really give a fuck.
The fact that killing people doesn't bother you is a problem for you.
I think it's a problem for you because you think it should be a problem for me.
No, dude, I've never killed him. I think
do you have 10 minutes?
Would be a burden on me. What? I don't understand. Like, can you explain to me why the person that's dead and their families and their kids and their uncles and aunts and moms and dad, why that wouldn't be a problem for all of them?
Well, I'll tell you right now, if you did something wrong against my family, you, Dominic, the way I work, I would never come after you because I know that, like, it would really point from you to me. But I'll go find somebody that I know that you truly love in your life, and I'll go hurt that innocent person because of you.
Oh, so you're a terrorist, what you're saying?
Well, this app allows you to watch over one system, and you know you would never get away with it. You know that, right? These days, like,
I'm 50 years old and I've been getting away with it for a long minute.
Stop.
We're living in a surveillance thing right now.
People, like, in real life, like on the street.
I will shoot you from a place you never see with a bullet you never hear.
You're too drunk to shoot anybody. I mean,
somebody, I know the trajectory of the wind, and you'll be hitting such like 50
How many minutes of angle are you playing with?
You guys in the audience, you're welcome to come up. Just raise your hand. Y'all can't be shooting like the AT. You will shoot a whole silhouette of a person. And that's
You ain't saying this because it's the biggest target.
This motherfucker will hit this motherfucker will be pointing at somebody, right? And then shoot somebody from 20 yards away. And say, oh, I got my target.
It's all right. Like that. I mean, make no sense at times, man.
I never know. Dude, if I shot you from 25 yards away, I would shoot you with my 9mm. Bro, if I wanted to hit you, like I said, I would shoot you from a place that you will never see with a bullet you will never hear.
20 hours? Think about it. You got a fucking 16-inch rifle. 20 yards with a 16-inch rifle. I've done this in your chest. If you miss that target, you fucked up. You make no sense, man.
The Great Seljuk Empire.
Dude, when I can hit you from like 800 meters away, what the fuck do you think I'm doing?
800 meters? We don't use meters in America. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's fuck. That's far. 800 meters.
Nigga, we talking motherfucking inches and yards. The fuck you
That's
talking
like
about?
a thousand.
We talking about feet. What the fuck are we talking about here?
How many feet is in a meter?
That's what I'm saying. We don't use no English shit. The fuck are you talking about?
I think it's 3, right? Oh wait, no, it's more than 3.
Shit, 300 yards. Yeah, I'll pop the shit out of you in 300 yards. You done.
He said 800 meters, though.
And you're not going to sit here and shoot that far, the 4 or 5. You got to have a wingman to sit here and get witness. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Are you sure about that?
You want to bet?
Yeah.
When last time you took a 400-yard shot?
The last time I took 100. Well, I took
four.
Well, I took a 600-meter shot last week.
Somebody did the
600 meters, like 700 yards.
Where? Why?
And you didn't have
and we had
witness. Man, get the fuck out.
Can you shut the fuck up?
We're gonna have a conversation.
I am trying to, but you're over talking me.
You've been over talking to everybody. We just having a
No,
conversation.
I said
we're sitting out having,
600 meters, 700 yards. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in there. It might be a little less than 700, but it's up where it's up there near 700 yards, like 7 football fields. And I'm not
near my phone because somebody did the math on this.
Are you that fucking stupid, KP?
Yes, I am. But I want someone.
All right, I wish Sig was up in this bitch because you sound dumb. I need a crayon eater.
And you said how many? You said 600. Fuck it. Let me go get my.
7 football fields.
I'm trying to. 7 football fields, bro.
7 football fields.
Yeah, and
how long is the football field?
Can
let's start
100 yards?
No, the fuck is not.
A little over.
Well, from field goal to field goal, it's 100 yards. If he gets the ball in the end zone, you can get 107, maybe.
No, the fuck is not. That's irrelevant though. But he's saying that he shot 700 meters, or what did you say, 700 yards?
Frankly, I'm very proud of the way that Illinoisans have reacted to CBD and ICE, and that's in pulling out your
from the back end to the back end, you're correct. From like, you know, line to line, it's 100 yards.
Okay, so we're gonna do honey. Okay, we go
line.
And how far you shot?
7 of those 100 yards.
So 700 yards you shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And what we did is I had a paper clip that was holding it on this string at 700 yards.
I call cap.
Are you sure? Are you sure I can't hit a? Are you sure I can't? Hey, I can hit a dime at 700 yards, no problem.
I call cap, bro. I don't know. Bro.
You want to put $100 on the table? You want to put $100 on the table?
No. I would like to see it though.
You want to put $100 on the table?
Nah, I don't want to. I want to see
it.
Yeah,
because I'll take that $100.
I want to see it. You can put it on video and let me see it. What? What's wrong? What's wrong? You're eagle eye. See, this motherfucker eagle eye.
Like I said, when I kill you, I'll hit you from a place you never see with a bullet you never hear.
Oh, so you should have came. We came at ice in a glass, motherfucker. Put that shit down. This nigga's a goddamn hitman from what's that movie?
What's in the box?
Niggas from
What's in the box?
God damn. That was 7. 700 yards away. Okay, bro. I would never take that shot. No. And why would
I've been known to do some crazy shit when I was in Iraq.
All right. Doc. Stuff the bullshit.
What do you think I'm bullshitting, dude? Tell me.
You're not taking a 700 yard shot.
I actually taken much longer shots than that, but I was just saying.
Okay,
the closest I had is to 1,000 meters.
1,000 meters? Okay, let's do conversion.
Well, 1,280 meters is 1 mile.
A mile away. Get the fuck out. There's not enough liquor in this store I can drink to believe that shit. That nigga said I shot a nigga from a mile away.
Like I said, I'll shoot you from a place that you'll never see with a bullet you'll never hear.
No, he's correct. If you listen to what he said. I shot
piece of shit. You're a fucking loser, you ass.
He did not say he hit his target. He said he could hit a dime.
Well, I can do that. I can do that at 600 meters.
The only time I ever heard someone say I could get to a mile away is crap.
Well, I mean, like 600 meters is half a mile.
Okay, you said a mile. And you hit a dime.
I can hit a dime at half a mile. Yeah, hell yeah.
If you put that on video, I believe you did. But it just sounds far fetched.
You know that we're punching out at over 2 miles now. Like we're getting confirmed kills at 2 miles.
Fatality is an experiment.
That's 2,400 meters, dude.
100% recycled stainless steel and backed by a lifetime warranty.
What twist?
Dude, my most accurate rifle is my Lapua.
Favorite and what?
338.
And what was the twist?
17.
No. You're a fucking liar. You never sat a fucking Lapua because you was a boot. You will never had Lapua. So you're a liar.
I'm not in the military anymore. I'm not allowed to buy it myself.
You're not going to hit a dime piece. No.
Okay.
Did you say a dime from half a mile, right?
A 308 with a 1 and 7.
No, I said a 338 Lapua.
Yeah, I said 338.
338. And a 1 and 7 twist.
Yes, sir. Exactly. That's the rifling.
Of course, that's why I asked you all those questions. The fuck would I ask you those questions, man? Nah, bro. Nah, don't hit it.
I just want to see it. I want to see it happen. Because you might be one of the best marksmen in the world.
No, I'm probably in the bottom 500.
What's up, Brother Yodas?
Today I'm going to tell you.
You know, you taking your goddamn school break over there. You're tired of them fucking children.
Jay said hitting targets at 600 meters is very achievable with the right setup. Several modern rifles can reach and be accurate at the distance, but success depends heavily on the caliber, optics, ammo, and shooter skill.
Dominic, do you realize that, like, in order for Marines to graduate basic training, they have to, with iron sights, meaning like a rear aperture and a front sight, they have to hit 500 meters with iron sights. And, like, you're giving me a scope and a 338 Lapua, and, like, you want me to hit somebody? Bro, I could take your ears off.
I don't know. I'm not a military guy, so I don't know. I don't know the standards of CCU, so I'll take your word for it.
Dude, KP, ask Sig, what did he have to qualify it as long as distance? And he'll tell you 500 meters. He won't say yards.
Okay, and how far is 500 meters?
0.4 of a mile.
So you should be 500 meters.
With iron sights if you're a Marine, yes. I'm just talking about the average crayon in your fucking window lifter.
800 meters is half a mile. 1,600 is a mile.
Are you talking about yards? You're talking about yards, not meters.
No, you said 500 meters. So what's 500 meters?
A little less than half a mile.
Who the fuck is this?
Dude, that's
can't even see that.
Yeah, but that's the qualification for Marines, dude.
A half a mile?
500 meters, yes.
Well, you said that's a half a mile.
500 meters, 300 meters less than half a mile.
Are you talking about shooting over a rainbow or uphill? Fuck that. You go ahead and die.
I mean, if you know how the bullets travel, then you know how to fucking run it.
What's the way they look?
It depends on the grain of the bull.
What grain are you?
Firefighters.
Well, I mean, it depends on what the caliber is.
Okay, let's try your 308 Lapua.
No, 338. Why do you put a 0 in there? I threw 8. My hair 10. Like, dude, I've got like 600 rounds loaded up in like P-Mags in 308 for my hair 10. Let somebody come up in my yard and see what happens.
Why you want somebody in your yard, bro? What the fuck you got going on?
Dude, I got a gun range in my backyard.
Oh,
yeah, I'm a Georgia
We
boy.
know about Topeka. We know about Topeka field. We know about that.
No, it was a cotton field. We were about to turn it over and turn it into winter's like season flowers. We're gonna put bee boxes around the edge of it, and we're gonna make honey.
Okay, cool. But I can guarantee you, I can come down there and set a target a half mile away. Well, somebody else has to be with me because I don't trust you.
You probably shoot
a half mile away. You ain't gonna hit no damn dime. Guarantee you won't. And if you can, I will give you $10.
No, you put $100. You put $100 on the barrelhead, son.
No.
Hey, if you don't want to put $100 down, then shut the fuck up.
Okay. So be 10-10. You better smack that motherfucker right in the middle. You won't hit it.
See, the thing is, you don't realize it cost me $12 to shoot that one bullet.
The handmade sweet is not done, and that's no humbug, even if that really is. They call that a pulling machine. It aerates the syrup mixture until it gets a light color. This is how they make old-fashioned mint humbugs at Berry and Lancashire. They start with a cheap caramel center, and from there it's quite an art getting a giant. One would wonder just how they cut it down to size. But that's a long way off just yet. This is a man's work, and that means handling an 84-pound lump that would be a downside harder to get your teeth into than that
You know how hard it is. Like, Kippy, let me ask you a question. You know how hard it is to take another human being's life?
This marvel of a machine rolls and stretches that giant sweet into a thin, striped humbug line, all in one movement.
No, I'm asking you. Do you know how hard it is to take another human being's life? Because I can literally shoot a dime a half a mile, no problem.
They say a woman's work is
but when I was in Iraq and people shot at me, what do you think I did as a Georgia boy?
Out they come at the other end in the familiar suckable size, just right for those with a soft spot for a good long chew.
Just raise your hands, guys. Come on.
No, turn hand raising off, bro.
No, I'm not.
Well, Joe B, like, dude, I think there's like 6 people in here. I know.
How easy it is to take a person's life. That's what you're asking, right? Is that correct?
It's not hard. Trust me, I've done it a bunch.
Jay said no human can consistently hit a dime from half a mile. The best shooters on earth aim for plates, not bullets. In that range, at that range, and that's already
never gonna look so good. This is official.
At 100 yards.
You're saying you're one of the elite shooters in the world, is what you're saying.
A good marksman, you can hit a quarter in a 50-cent piece or a dollar piece.
He said he wanted it.
You're telling me a mile away, damn near a mile away, you can't hit a dime? Get the fuck out of my face, man.
He said he wanted them. He's saying, like, nigga, you can go to the Olympics. Go to the Olympics.
And see how many these motherfuckers fail. Dog, stop it. And you have nobody giving you no win? Just to go out there and go line up and shoot?
Jay said that precision is beyond physics.
It doesn't happen. I'm not shooting a fucking mile down, and I have no one to give me windage. With that heavy as a fucking bullet. Are you crazy?
You need a spotter?
That's what Jay said. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I'm just reporting.
Hey, KP, you that nigga that went and spotter?
Who said that shit? I don't know who said that. Who the fuck said that?
Me, dog.
No, I gotta give you a follow. He said, hey, I didn't say it. I'm just a reporter.
Hey, why don't you turn off hand raising so anybody that wants to come up can come up? I know. Joe B, Jay, like, come on, man. Like, you be
raising this on.
Bro, KP, you be hating. Turn hand raising off.
Joe B said you just doing show and tell.
If I cut it off,
if I didn't show and tell, I would hurt people.
I think she mean you capping.
You know how you said I love the woke. So that's what's the great around?
So what's 880? What's 880 yards converted to meters? Matter of fact, that's okay. So that's 8 football fields.
Don't ask me, because I ain't shooting that far.
So that's 8 football fields plus, right? And
I don't shoot shit outside of 100 yards. Nope.
Yeah, so 8 football fields. You shooting a dime?
Pretty damn near close.
Fuck you.
I mean, well, the thing is, like, when I do it, when I put it up with that paper clip, like, and you put your $100 down, and I put my $100 down, and you're like, you know, you ask me, I hit the dime, and you're saying no. I will ask you, do you want me to take the back of his head off, or do you want me to take the date off the bottom of the dime?
I don't shoot shit outside of my eyesight. I don't need no magnification.
So Jason,
when I go out there,
I can take the ponytail off a dime.
That's
I can take the date off the bottom of that bitch. You pussy bitches don't even know how to shoot.
Okay. So J.O.B., I love that song. Jay said no verified competition, military test, or peer-reviewed record shows sub-inch accuracy at half a mile.
What's that?
With what weapon? With what weapon?
Jace, okay, so you're asking Jace with what weapon?
What was the guy that got killed out there that made the movie over?
Chris Kyle?
No, American Sniper.
Chris Kyle?
Yeah, the dude that got like hella confirmed kills in the military?
Yeah,
he could outshoot that motherfucker. That's what you tell me.
That's what he's saying, yeah.
Overwhelmingly to disaster survivors who are just trying to piece their lives back together, causing many to give up on seeking the help that they certainly are qualified for. My bill would simply ask federal agencies to design one combined application and work together to share information amongst themselves with the necessary data sharing protections in place to make the obstacles to overcoming from a disaster